What up?
Not much, bro. What's happening with you?
I'm having the time of my life, man. I read this sick book, Hot Zone or something like that. It's by Richard Preston.
Sounds pretty cool, man. What's it about?
It's about science, bro. Some pretty nasty diseases. You wouldn't want to be walking around nobody's crib with diseases like those.
Yeah, man. Sounds terrible. What kind of stuff we talking about? Deadly enough to kill you?
Oh bro, it's deadly. If you was wondering about specifics, 90% of all the homies with the disease died. Nasty stuff, bro.
Oh my god, that's horrible. What kind of disease was it?
Ebola is originally from Africa, man. Very deadly and infectious virus. Lots of different strains of Ebola, man. The disease showed up in Washington, D.C., bro. No cure either.
What was that, bro?
I was pointing to heaven, man, for the cure. This is something past me, man. It's up to Jesus now.
Oh, okay, bro. A little weird, but whatever. I still love you, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm wondering, bro, what exactly is Ebola, besides a deadly and infectious virus that kills lots of homies?
Well, bro, that's a tough question. The book explains it well, but you know me, I'm the man who looks stuff up on the internet I have here, on my little cool smartphone. According to the CDC, it's a fatal virus to humans, and primates similar to humans. Like those poor little monkeys, kind of like me, but not as cool.
Man, I said besides it being a deadly virus. You got any more info, man?
It was first discovered in 1976 by a river in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Ebola was the name of the river it was discovered by. When a person gets the disease, they abruptly get a headache, fever, other aches, or a sore throat. After that, diarrhea and vomiting start, and stomach pain is obvious.
That's horrible. How do you tell if someone is Ebola?
After a few days, you can't be sure, but they have red eyes and maybe a rash. Sometimes, the homie has internal and external bleeding, and the blood doesn't clot.
Cool.
You know that since the day you was born, this sick book I read has the issues of the environment and society. You feel me? Like socialness, bro.
Sick, man. How does a disease affect the environment?
Oh bro, you know, this disease in particular is very infectious. It affects everyone in the area. I ain't want to be around that stuff. Just a touch of an infected homie, and he was infected too. Dr. Shim Mussak got puked on by an infected brother, Charles Monet, and later he was sick too. Like that. Great doctor, by the way, bro.
Wow, man. I had no idea it was that bad. Couldn't it be good that it spread that quickly?
What you say, bro? No. It'd be the worst thing ever. But you know, if it was contained in one environment, that would be cool. No more sick homies.
True that.
This disease be in Africa, so you know, it's good and bad.
How?
Well, I'll start off with all the bad stuff first. In Africa, the doctors aren't as sophisticated as the type we got in America. Some nuns, man, they were terrible, and they didn't even know they was doing it. Every day, they had about 5 needles to inject medicine into sick homies. One homie came through the line, and what none of them knew was that he was carrying Ebola. After he was injected, the nuns didn't wash the needle and injected it into another guy. He then had Ebola in his bloodstream, and it kept going on and on like that. They also didn't contain the disease well enough. Patients were all crammed into rooms, and then the rooms weren't cleaned out, and other homies got sick too. Many nuns and other doctors got sick as well, because they didn't have masks, or any other form of protection against the disease. That's why our friend Charles Monet puked into his doctor's face, and got him sick.
Wow, man. You don't need to get so worked up about fiction stories.
That's the thing, man. This is fact.
Oh? My God. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
I thought it was obvious.
Yeah, I guess it was. So what was you saying about the good part of it being in Africa?
Well, it's good that it's in Africa because in those parts of the world, there aren't as many people, meaning the virus can't spread as widely as it would in America. When one village got infected, they would all be killed by the disease before any other community could be infected. It was also so hot that the disease didn't spread as well. Many towns even barricaded the area around their cities so that no one could get in or come out. This made it so that they couldn't be helped if infected, but also that no other sick homies could infect them.
So is the disease just in Africa, or has it shown up in other spots too?
Oh man, I almost forgot. At one point in this book, monkeys from the Caribbean come to Washington, D.C. The army finds out that the monkeys have Ebola or a similar disease. Some people start to get worried and even start to come down with the disease. In America, however, they can treat the diseases much better and have special biocontainment rooms for research on the virus. They take large precautions to make sure that no one else catches the disease. But also, since there are way more people per square mile in America, when one person catches the disease and tries to get treated at the local hospital, the whole area has a chance to get infected.
I can't believe it. Who would have thought the disease could overpower Americans? Not me, at least. Well, weren't you saying something about this being a social issue too?
I most definitely was, bro. I will start with the sad things and end with the cool ones. As I mentioned before, with Ebola Zaire, the nuns taking care of patients didn't wash needles with cleaning material in between different patients. This spread the disease a lot. Also, in Africa, when the homies died, the women prepared the bodies for burial, causing them to get sick too. Coming back to the monkeys, many of them were killed in America just to experiment with the disease. Part of the reason was so that they could find out what the disease was and how it spread, but that didn't stop me from crying.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah man, but they tried to make the best of everything. In America, they made sure that the disease was real, and what they thought it was before announcing it. They confirmed with many important homies. In Africa, villages cut themselves off from society so that they would have no contact with the rest of the world.
So like when you say they cut themselves off from the rest of the world, does it mean like your brother who hid in a cardboard box for 5 months?
Yeah man, almost exactly like that. Except my bro was reacting a little too strongly. They was reacting the perfect amount.
Yeah, he was a little weird. So can science help to cure, or at least prevent the disease?
Scientists are always researching, but so far, no cure has been found. In America, in the book, the army is always experimenting and trying to find cures in their labs, specifically in Fort Detrick. They have biocontainment labs, where all the workers have to dress in spacesuits, and where research is done on diseases. They mainly use monkeys, and have tons of equipment to solve the problem. They have very modern technology. Many scientists are trying to figure out the disease and find a cure.
Cool, bro.
Also, according to Robin McKee of The Observer, scientists have found a key structural weakness in the virus. Mice given the vaccine survived when exposed to Ebola.
Sounds like science can do a lot. Is there anything it can't do?
Yeah man. According to Richard Preston, who has talked to many experts, there is no way the disease will ever be completely destroyed and science can't do anything about that. Also, as of now, no cure has been found. When a homie gets sick with Ebola, there is no cure, except to hope they survive through it. Science also can't help people in Africa who don't have the advanced equipment like in America. Tradition can't be stopped either. 2 people went into the same cave, and both got Ebola, and there's no way to stop the local people from continuing to go into that cave. The local people will continue to take their cattle into Kidam Cave and science can't stop them.
That's too bad. Did science at least find a cure in the end of the book?
Yeah man. They don't actually find a cure, but they stop the disease from spreading in America. Ebola restin, the strain of Ebola in America, is contained and it doesn't affect humans. However, the different strains of Ebola continue to evolve, and there is always a possibility that the disease's carrier and characteristics could change to become deadly to humans. But for now, we are safe.
That's good. Well, nice talking to you, bro. See you around.
Peace.